Are you like this? You download a bunch of files every day thinking I'll organize them later, but later turns into never found again. You wanna find a paper you downloaded 3 months ago, you shut your entire hard drive, but in the end, you just get up and download it again. Your computer isn't your second brain, it's a goddamn digital junkyard.
You think this is magic? No, it's not. You think you need to know Python or how to code? Not at all. You're just missing a butler who can actually do the work. Those other AIs on the market, they just chat with you, give you a list of steps like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then make you do the clicking yourself. They're all talk. But the thing we are installing today, OpenClaw, it's different. It's a doer. You talk, it acts. In this video today, I won't waste a single second of your time with fluff. In 30 minutes, I'll take you from zero to deploying this open source project that's been going absolutely viral on GitHub with over 260,000 stars right onto your own computer. Let it become your 24/7 on-call digital assistant. After this tutorial, you will never have to manually organize files again. Trust me, get this done, and your work efficiency will at least triple. Before we type our first line of code, I have to spend 2 minutes explaining this thing thoroughly, because I've noticed too many people just follow the hype. Someone in a group chat yells, "This is awesome," and they rush to install it without even knowing what it does. In the end, it just sits there collecting digital dust. Remember my words. Understanding what you're installing is 100 times more important than the installation itself. First, look at these numbers. Over 260,000 stars on GitHub, more than 50,000 forks, and an MIT license. What does that mean? It means it's completely free. The code is fully transparent for you to see, and you can modify it however you want. It's one of the fastest growing projects in GitHub's history. In less than a month after its launch, its star count shot up to 190,000. That kind of speed is extremely rare in the entire open source community. The key thing is, it has broken out of the niche. It's no longer just a toy for programmers. It's a tool that ordinary creators and operations people like us can actually use to get real work done. But you can live on star counts. The crucial question is, what can it actually do for you? You've used ChatGPT, you've used Claude, right? You ask it to help you organize your desktop files, and it will very intelligently list out steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for you. And then nothing. It can talk, but it can't do. OpenClaw is different. It's not a chatbot. It's a digital butler that can actually do the work for you. What it does, to put it bluntly, is give AI a smartphone. It lets the AI use the chat apps you use every day, Slack, Telegram, Discord, WhatsApp, over 20 of them to help you get things done anytime, anywhere. Notice the word I'm using, get things done, not chat. You can tell it on Slack, help me archive all the PDFs in my downloads folder by date, and it will actually scan your downloads folder, create subfolders by month, and drop the PDFs in one by one. You can tell it on Telegram, read that paper on my desktop called Attention is All You Need.pdf, write a 500-word summary in Chinese, and save it as a Word document. And it will actually go and read the paper, understand the content, write a summary, and save it as a file for you. To put it simply, other AIs are all talk, but OpenClaw actually gets its hands dirty. Someone might ask, so what's the difference between this and Claude Code for programmers? A huge difference. Claude Code is a closed source tool for programmers to write code. It's a means of production. OpenClaw is an open source framework for all of us to handle our daily chores. It's a means of living. The positioning is completely different. This open means open source, open to everyone. Remember this word. I'll bring it up again at the end of the video.
Alright, now you know. Now you know what you are about to install. Today you can spend 30 minutes and get it set up. The moment you send it your first message on your phone and you actually executed the text on your computer, you'll understand why those 260,000 people give it a star. It's not because the code is so brilliant or the architecture is so advanced. It's simple because it gives every ordinary person a 24-hour on-call digital assistant. You don't need to be a programmer, you don't need to know JavaScript, you don't need to know Docker, and you certainly don't need to know about servers. You just need to know how to type and tell it what help you need, and it will do it. Okay, without understanding messed out, let's get to work.
Before we start, we must set up the environment first. This step is crucial. 90% of people who fail to install it get stuck on environment issues. Things like rogue Python interference or environment variable pollution. Today, I'll guide you to fill all these pits in one go. We're going to build a clean, stable, and predictable operating base. The specific code is in the operations document in the video description. You just need to follow the video and the document to copy and paste the commands step by step. First, here's our environment checklist. For the operating system, Windows 11, Mac OS, or Linux will all work. The core components are two things: Node.js, which is OpenClaw's engine, and it must be the 22.x long-term support version or LTS. The other is Python. Version 3.9 or higher is required, as many plugins depend on it. Finally, Git is used to pull the code, and Docker is for users who want a one-step solution and don't want to mess with the environment. Today, we'll start with the most basic method, without using Docker. Windows 11 environment installation. If you're a Windows user, listen up. Open your PowerShell, and it must be run as administrator. Step 1. We need to allow PowerShell to run scripts. By default, for security reasons, Windows doesn't let you just run scripts downloaded from the internet. We have to loosen the restrictions first. In the blue PowerShell window that pops up, copy and paste the following command, then hit enter. What does this command do? Set execution policy sets the execution policy. Remote signed means it allows local scripts and scripts from the internet that have a digital signature to run. Force means it executes forcefully without asking for confirmation. This is a mandatory first step for installing all sorts of open source tools. Step 2. Install the core dependencies. Windows now has a really powerful package manager called Winget, so we'll use that. One command per installation. Very clean. See, after Winget install, you have the software name. I've also used the version parameter here to specify the exact version of Node.js, just to prevent you from installing the wrong one. Same for Python and Git. Install them all at once. Step 3. Verify the installation. After they're installed, you must close your current PowerShell window and open a new one. Otherwise, the system won't recognize the new software you've installed. In the new window, let's verify them one by one. If you see version numbers like v22.2.0, Python 3.9.x, and Git version 2.x.x printed on the screen, congratulations, your Windows environment is successfully configured. If you get a command not recognized error, don't panic. 99% of the time, it's because you didn't restart the PowerShell window or the environment variables haven't taken effect. A computer restart usually solves it. Mac OS environment installation. If you're a Mac user, it's even simpler. We'll use Homebrew, which is a magical tool on Mac. Open your terminal. Step 1. Install Homebrew. If you already have it on your computer, you can skip this. If not, copy the following command into your terminal and hit enter. It will ask you to enter your computer password once. You won't see it as you type, that's normal. Just type it and hit enter. Step 2. Use Homebrew to install dependencies. On Mac, we recommend installing Python 3.10 for better compatibility. One command, 3 pieces of software. Homebrew handles it all for you automatically. Step 3. Verify the installation. Note that on Mac and Linux, the command for Python 3 is usually Python 3, not Python. This is to distinguish it from the older Python 2 that comes with the system. Once you see all the version numbers displayed correctly, the Mac environment is good to go. With the environment set up, we can now officially begin deploying OpenClaw. Step 1. Pull the source code. Find a place you like. Create a folder, for example, D, AI, Tools. Then, in this folder, open your terminal PowerShell on Windows, terminal on Mac. Execute the clone command to pull OpenClaw source code from GitHub to your local machine. If your network access to GitHub is slow, you can search for a domestic Git mirror and just swap the link. Once it's finished, you'll have a new subfolder named OpenClaw in your directory. Then, enter this directory. All subsequent operations will be performed inside this OpenClaw directory. Step 2. Install dependencies. Now, we're going to use Node.js as package manager, npm, to download all the third-party libraries that OpenClaw needs to run. This process can take anywhere from a few minutes to over 10 minutes, depending on your internet speed. Wait patiently for it to finish until you see a message like added XXX packages and there are no red error messages. That means the dependencies are installed correctly. Step 3. Configure and launch. OpenClaw needs a configuration file to tell it which large language model to use and which chat software to connect to. The project has already provided us with a template. In the OpenClaw directory, find a file named .env. To example, make a copy of it and then rename the copy to .env. This .env file is your private configuration file. It contains your secret keys, so never upload it to any public place. Use your code editor like VS Code or even Notepad to open this .env file. You'll see a lot of configuration options inside. Don't be intimidated. For the first time, we only need to change 2 things. 1. The large model API key. Find the line that says OpenAI API key equals or DeepSeek API key equals and paste the API key you obtained from another large model platform after the equal sign. OpenClaw itself doesn't have a brain. It needs to connect to these large models to understand what you're saying. 2. The chat platform token. Find a line like Telegram bot token equals. You'll need to go into Telegram, find a bot called @botfather, create your own bot, and it will give you a long string of characters, which is the token. Paste it here. I will explain the specific steps for applying for a token in a future tutorial. After configuring, save the file. Now, everything is ready. Let's start it up. In the terminal, still in the OpenClaw directory, execute the start command. If all your configurations are correct, the terminal will start printing a bunch of logs. And finally, you'll see messages like server listening on port 18789 and Telegram platform connected successfully. When you see this, it means your AI digital butler has officially woken up on your computer. Step 4. Send your first command. Now, open the chat software you just configured, like Telegram. Find the bot you created and send it a message. Try this command. On my computer desktop, create a folder named AI Butler Test Successful. Send it. Then, look at your computer desktop. When you see that folder actually appear out of thin air, congratulations. You have successfully pushed open the door to the world of automation.
Now I understand why 260,000 people were willing to give it a star. Now you have a 24/7 on-call AI assistant, OpenClaw. It doesn't require you to know how to write a Docker. As long as you can type, you can issue all kind of automation commands to it through your most frequently used chat software. Now go and try it.
Open your chat app, send a command, and let it move a file for you, or open a program for you. The moment it actually executes the task on your computer, you will truly understand the power of 260,000 stars.